Good evening and thanks for joining us here on News Center Maine at 5:30. I'm Zach Blanchard.
And I'm Chris Costa. Lawmakers in Washington are at odds over efforts to protect the endangered North Atlantic right whale. Maine lobstermen say restrictions on fishing have been hurting their industry. But this time, the restrictions are aimed specifically at boats.
News Center Maine's Jack Molmud is live from the Portland waterfront tonight with more on what these potential new rules could mean. Jack?
Chris and Zach, testimony today on Capitol Hill became heated and even accusatory at times, with lawmakers and stakeholders pointing their fingers at NOAA, the agency, saying that the data and the science they were using was bad. Meanwhile, NOAA is trying to make it so any boat 35 feet or longer has to maintain a speed of 11 miles per hour or slower in certain areas of the Atlantic Ocean. It's defense in order to protect the North Atlantic right whale.
It's pretty messed up to have a federal agency come in and then tell people how to run their businesses.
My colleagues across the aisle are so eager to overturn anything the Biden administration does.
NOAA's assumptions are littered with inaccuracies.
Look, this is 2023. We can do better than this.
Hours of debate in the nation's capital as lawmakers and stakeholders are looking over a proposal by NOAA to protect the North Atlantic right whale, which has a population of just under 350. Projections from Tuesday's meeting show that if nothing is done, the whale could go extinct by 2037.
Even one human-caused mortality puts the species at risk of extinction.
In order to curb the population's decline, NOAA officials are proposing a larger list of areas along the Atlantic Ocean where boats need to go 11 miles an hour or less. It's also looking to enforce that speed limit for any boat 35 feet or longer. That's something that many boaters and fishermen say will put them out of business.
In order for us to help to save the endangered right whale, what we don't want to do is put human life at risk.
Jeff Anger is the president for the Center of Sport Fishing Policy and says higher speeds are needed to escape potential collisions.
That's not the way that we manage any natural resource.
I mean, when these guys leave, they have wheel watches. It's not like we're doing transcontinental shifts from one end, setting an autopilot, and just no one's watching the wheel.
And Jerry Leeman out of Harpswell, Maine, he stopped commercial fishing 2 months ago to run the New England Fishermen Stewardship Association. He says a speed limit won't do much since commercial fishing vessels don't usually go faster than the proposed speed limit anyway.
It's crazy.
And he's asking for trust in the fishermen.
You know, it's not like you're on a joyride and you see a pod of whales, you try to get close to investigate to get good photographs. I mean, here we're out here doing a job. We're not here on whale watches. You know, whales, we've been working with whales all of our lives.
Mentioned earlier, those again would only be during certain times of the year. NOAA also said that at the end of the hearing that they want to make sure that they have a finished law that's ready to be voted on by the end of the year. They also said that they created an expense plan in order to spend new funds from the federal government in order to closely monitor the North Atlantic right whale to make sure that they don't lose track of any of those few hundred individuals remaining. Chris, Zach.
Jack Molmud live in Portland tonight. Thanks.